Welcome back here. We're here at Game 2 between the Humber Hawks women's softball against the Durham Lords. Humber Hawks losing Game 1 11-3 as I'm here with Adam Lucier. My name is Kyle Dalton. We really saw the Humber Hawks offense quiet down. Ashley Black, the starting pitcher for the Durham Lords, really shutting out that Hawks offense. Adam, what do you think that Hawks offense needs to do to get the bats going?
Well, that's exactly it. Scoring just 2 runs yesterday in their series against the St. Clair Saints, and it took them quite a while to get going in this one. You can't score runs in the 7th inning only and win games. Let's see if they get off to a quick start here, jump on some pitches, and get some runs early on.
Yeah, we'll see if that 3 runs in Game 1, they got those runs in the 7th inning of Game 1. We'll see if that momentum can kind of swing over here to Game 2. As we're just getting the player introduction from the Hawks defense.
Second base, number 4, Megan.
Looks like Bree Donaldson will be starting off for the Hawks. She got the start in Game 2 yesterday versus the Saints. It looks like Miranda Pearson will come in after. It looks like Dwayne Bowles usually goes to Bree Donaldson for at least an inning, maybe 2, depending on how it's going. And then Miranda Pearson will come in to finish off the game.
Yeah, it's important for Bree Donaldson here to just keep it calm after giving up 8 runs in last game. In fact, 11 runs. Just to play cool, keep your calm, and make sure your team is still in it come the 4th, 5th, 6th innings.
Head coach of the Humber Hawks is Dwayne Bowles.
As the player introduction, and from our PA announcer, Jordan Chakravarty.
One of the best in the business.
As Bree Donaldson will begin her throwing her warm-up pitches. We have a little different look for the Hawks lineup. Tara Camilleri will be at catcher for this game. Kate Kostuck came in to pinch run later on in the game in Game 1. She'll get the start in left field as Koziolik will get Game 2 off. We'll see what the Lords offense looks like. Looks like Ferreira.
And if you're head coach Dwayne Bowles, why not shake up the lineup after dropping 3 straight here, including 2 yesterday, and games that weren't too tight and another blowout today? Why not shake it up and see what this roster can muster?
As Bree Donaldson finishing up her warm-up pitches here.
Yeah, the Hawks can't afford to give up any early hits here. Need some quick innings and let that offense get to work.
This will be Alexis Ferreira playing center field here in Game 2. She had a good day at the Game 1 earlier today with a couple base hits.
Yeah, she was a big factor at the plate in Game 1.
That one just a bit up. See Megan Murphy playing right beside Bree Donaldson. That one's off the glove of Donaldson and through to center field. Past Vassos, and it'll be a leadoff single for Alexis Ferreira.
Yeah, hit hard right back at the pitcher and just an unlucky break off the tip of the glove and through the gap in the infield.
This will bring up Caitlin Hickey playing left field for the Lords. The bunt put down. That one goes past Pasma, and no play for any of the Hawks players as the first 2 batters for the Lords reach. And you mentioned how it was so important for the Hawks not to allow any base runners early. First 2 reaching for the Lords.
Yeah, not the start these Hawks wanted. A little miscommunication there on that bunt. Let's see if they could sure it up here.
Here's Courtney McKellar.
And Caitlin Hickey showing some speed on those base paths. She had a bunt single in Game 1 and repeats it in her first at-bat in Game 2.
Showing bunt here. Back to Donaldson. She'll look to third, but throw it to first to Megan Murphy covering to get the sure out, and that'll be second and third. Be Sarah Seifred.
Next at bat is Sarah
Sci-Fry, the star hitter in this Lords lineup. Let's see what she could do here with 2 runners in scoring position.
That ball's popped up. That's going to drop in front of Kostick. Here comes the throw to the plate. Not in time to get Ferreira. As she will score. And the Lords take an early 1-0 lead.
Yeah, another tough break. Vassos, the shortstop there, tripping up on the way into left field. Not the start these Humber Hawks wanted.
Kate Kostuck out there and left. That ball just dropped right in front of her. Throw came in just late as Ferreira comes in to score on the RBI single from Sarah Seifert. Strike one there. This is Emily Glending.
Yeah, it's big here for Bree Donaldson to just catch her breath, don't stress, and just make sure you get out of this inning with minimal damage.
That ball's fouled off Glendoning's foot.
Oh, 2 count.
That ball's hit to right side. That's through the right side. Here comes Hickey to the plate. She's going to score, sliding in head first. As Seifert will move up to third on the play on another RBI single, this time from Glendenning.
Yeah, it's a big hit there, punching it through the right side of the infield. And just like that, only 1 out into this ball game, and it's a 2-0 lead.
And already this Durham Lords offense getting to Bree Donaldson early.
Picking up right where they left off.
This is Madison McGee. That one's hit foul down third base side. Close to our cameraman, Dax, down there.
Ideally here, Donaldson's going to be looking for a ground out, hopefully hard hit at somebody. Get a double play and get yourself out of this inning.
She's got to think she's only 1 pitch away from getting herself out of this jam. Ball's hit to Vassos to short, to Murphy to second. Not in time to get McGee at first.
Yeah, that ball was just not hit sharply enough to be able to make time for 2, but nice play to get the sure out at second.
Sarah Seifert holding up at third. Now we have Dwayne Bowles having a chat with the umpire. He'll have a word with the plate umpire. I think he was complaining about the slide coming in to Megan Murphy. We'll see what the umpires decide to do. There was an out at second. See what the call is. Having a long chat here are the 2 umpires.
Yeah, a lot of discussion here. You got to wonder what they've seen.
He's going to call safe. The original call, I think Dwayne Bowles was complaining about the slide coming in a bit late on Megan Murphy.
Yeah, base runner there trying to pick up the double play, but you have to do it safely.
This is Kaylee Coles. She had a couple base hits in game 1, playing right field for the Lords. Trying to get another base runner in here. It's 2-0 Lords. 2 outs here in the top of the first. Ball's popped. It's going to go foul.
Coles had a big game 1 with an RBI triple and another RBI on a single. So obviously she's showing some talent at the plate. Let's see if she can continue it here.
That ball's hit to Murphy. She'll flip it over to Vassos for the force out at second, which will end the top of the first.
Not a pretty inning for the Hawks, but they'll escape with a 2-0 deficit.
As we head to the bottom of the first inning, Hawks looking to keep the momentum going from the end of the game last game where they scored 3 runs, maybe get a few runs, get those 2 runs back from Durham.
Yeah, and the doubleheader yesterday, just 2 runs total for these Hawks, so seeing 3 runs put up an inning gives you a sense that there's maybe some life in this Hawk offense.
This will be Emily Glendinning on the mound for the Lords. She's pitched in 47 in the third inning so far this season, giving up 51 hits, 15 runs, but an ERA, a sparkling 2.22. She's been very solid for them this season.
Yeah, 4-2 record for the Lords here. She's obviously a pitcher that they count on often.
Yeah, Emily Glendinning pitched in Game 2 against Humber earlier in the season back in Durham. She pitched a complete game performance in the 9-1 victory for the Lords. So we'll see if she can try to do the same thing for the Lords as the Hawks look to get on the board early against Glendinning. As we'll have shortstop Alexa Vassos, same four hitters at the top of the lineup for the Hawks: Vassos, Davison, Murphy, and Gregoris. It's a bit different after that as Camilleri gets into the lineup for Game 2.
Yeah, Vassos was busy on the defensive side of things in the top half of that first inning, so let's see what she could do at the plate.
Glendinning on the mound. First pitch goes by, ball inside. Glendinning in her second season on the team from Plattsville, Ontario. There's a strike on the outside corner. Hawks 0-3 on the season against Durham, trying to at least salvage one victory. That ball's popped up. Looks like it's going to drift off the fence and be a foul ball. Alexa Vassos with another opportunity here. 1-2.
Yeah, an important hitter here for the Hawks, just trying to get something going. Vassos would be a huge on base to get this offense kick-started.
That ball off the elbow of Vassos as she'll walk down to first. She seems to be all right. She'll get a little talk there from Jamie Vieira, assistant coach at first base.
Not a pretty way to do it, but getting a base is getting a base. They'll take that leadoff runner every day of the week.
And I'll bring up Leah Davidson, who had a double in the first inning in Game 1. She'll look to do the same here.
Davidson picked up 2 RBIs of the 3 for the Hawks last game.
That ball's ripped foul by Davidson. Looking to get these 2 runs from the Lords right back as Megan Murphy is on deck for the Hawks.
Even that foul ball had a lot behind it. Davidson showing some power in her bat today.
Ball again fouled off by Davidson. Just missing that one. Big cut. The Hawks will finish their final 6 games of the season, 4 games against Conestoga, home and home series, and the last game of the season will be here at Connerville Park versus Seneca, who sit in last place right now. So an opportunity here against the team right above them in the standings to try to get at least 1 win out of 4 this season. That ball's hit to third base. Strong throw over to first in time to get Davidson. That's Mancini at third base, makes the play.
Yeah, good positioning by Mancini there, standing right directly on the line. Davidson rips one right to her.
Mancini, strong throw over to Seifert at first base. One away here. Alexa Vassos moves up to second base, and this will bring up Murphy. The running hit, this is popped up. Second baseman McGee makes the grab. 2 away. One pitch, 1 out on Murphy, and that'll bring up Gregoris.
The runner in scoring position, Gregoris is the one you'd want at the plate.
Ball in there for strike 1. Ball's hit to center field. Ferreira, that drops in there. That's going to score. Vassos, as Gregoris will stay at second on the dropped ball by Alexis Ferreira.
That's a great piece of hitting there by Gregoris. Exactly what these Hawks needed. Driving one to center field over the center fielder's head.
Next at bat, Tara Camilleri.
So this is what we talked about. First inning, the Hawks putting a run on the boards.
Alexis Pereira didn't really look like she had a beat on that ball from the very beginning. So that drops in there, and the Hawks get on the board early here.
Surprised how shallow Pereira was playing. I mean, Gregoris is a power hitter.
Big swing there from Camilleri. We saw that in game one, that outfield was playing a bit shallow, and Davidson hit one over Pereira's head as well in that first game. Interesting look from the Lord's defense. As Camilleri fouls that one off to stay alive 0-2.
Yeah, these Hawks definitely have some power with the league lead in home runs at 4 currently. Durham with just 1 on the year.
And there's a strikeout from Camilleri from Glendenning. As we head to the top of the second, the Hawks get at least one of the 2 runs back, and it's 2-1 for the Lords.
Humber Hawks 1.
What did you like about that Hawks offense to begin the bottom of the first?
It's nice to see them to be able to string some hits together and get that offense moving. It's been a slow weekend for them, but they showed signs of life late in game 1, and hopefully they seem to be carrying over into game 2.
Yeah, it was good to see that offense get going early. You really want to see Vassos get on early, which she did with the hit by pitch, get on any way you can. She eventually came around to score on the air by Pereira out in center. Just small things like that come around to hurt your team, which came around to hurt for the Lords, as it's 2-1 here at the end of the first inning.
Yeah, the Hawks can't allow themselves to get into the big holes they found themselves in over the weekend.
Bree Donaldson is back on the mound to begin the top of the second. We're expected to see Miranda Pearson either this inning or next.
Yeah, Bree Donaldson here is going to have a short memory. She was tagged for 2 runs in the first, but with her offense pitching in, it's time for her to settle down and shut out these Durham Lords.
This will be Michaela Morrison, grounds into Vassos. Strong throw over to Pasma, makes the play, 1 away.
Next at bat is Nicole Mancini.
This will be Nicole Mancini.
Mancini made a nice play at third on the top of this inning.
That ball's fouled above
Catcher might
Camilleri.
have
She'll
a
watch
play.
it go right above us.
Thank goodness for the roof over our heads.
Almost right above us. Mancini getting the first game off. She's in the lineup batting 9th for the Lords here in game 2. There's a slow curveball there from Donaldson just on the outside part of the plate. That ball's hit to right field. Franchetto coming in, makes the grab. Good running play. Looks like it was in fair territory. Either way, there's 2 away.
And that's exactly what Donaldson needs to do. Throw strikes, have some balls in play, and trust your defense.
As we'll have the top of the, or that's going to be it now for Bree Donaldson. That's what we usually see from Coach Dwayne Bowles. He lets Bree Donaldson face the full lineup 1 through 9. And then once that second time comes through, bring in Miranda Pearson.
Number 22, Miranda Pearson.
Yeah, as we mentioned earlier in the broadcast, a lot of baseball teams and softball teams have the closer. It seems as though Bree Donaldson is the opener for these Humber Hawks as she gives way to Pearson here.
As Miranda Pearson will be on the mound, she did the exact same thing last game, or in game two yesterday against the Saints, where she came in after Bree Donaldson, pitched very well. She picked up the loss, though, as the Saints came back to win it in the extra innings. As a couple in game two as well, back in Durham early on in the season, Pearson pitched a solid 5 innings for the Hawks. This will be Alexis Pereira with 2 away here at the top of the second. Ball's just down.
Pearson coming into this game facing one of the Lord's best hitters, Pereira. Let's see who gets the best of this matchup.
Big swing there from Pereira. Ball just outside.
Pereira walked in game one, and she's showing more patience here at this at-bat.
Pereira also singled to begin the game. Eventually came around to score. She watches that one go by. Count turns to 3-1. Good spot there from Pearson, down and in. It's Pereira. Count moves to 3-2.
Got to give her a pitch to hit here.
One's fouled off. Good battle right now from Pereira. It's Miranda trying to win this battle here with 2 away. Here comes the 3-2 pitch. Pereira pops it up. Gillingham coming in. She'll make the grab. And that will end the top of the second. As a good inning. Bree Donaldson getting the first 2, the 8 and 9 hitters. And then Miranda Pearson coming in to get leadoff hitter Alexis Pereira to pop up to Gillingham to end the top of the second.
Yeah, I really liked what I saw from Pearson there, attacking the strike zone and making these Lords take some swings.
As we'll head to the bottom of the second, Glendinning coming back on the mound for the Lords. Bonnie Gillingham, who caught that last out in the top of the second, she'll lead things off for the Hawks in the bottom of the second inning. So Alexis Pereira, center fielder for the Lords, has been taken out of this game. We saw her have an injury in the first game. She dropped that ball out in center in the first inning, so now it will be Julia Mantler who will be in center field for the Lords as we begin the bottom of the second here with Bonnie Gillingham at the plate. Big swing there from Bonnie.
Yeah, that's an aggressive cut there. Maybe looking to find a gap in this outfield.
See if she can test Julia Mantler out in center. Counts 1-1 now. Glendinning on the mound for the Lords. In there for strike 2.
Anything close here for Gillingham, gonna have to swing.
Foul tip into the glove of the catcher.
Next at bat, Haley Pasma.
This will be Haley Pasma playing first base for the Hawks. Trying to get something going here with one away. Side there for ball one.
Healy with a single in the first game.
It's in there. Strike one.
Humber really showing patience at the plate so far.
In there for strike two on the inside corner. Pasma looking to get on here, try to start things going with one away. Comes the 1-2 offering. Fouled on third base side.
Nice work by Pasma there to protect the plate.
Big swing there from Haley Pasma. Glendinning getting her on the high pitch. That's two away, back-to-back strikeouts for Glendinning.
Next at bat, Kate Casta.
See if Castuck gets something started with two quick outs for the Lords here.
That's Glendinning's 43rd or 44th strikeout of the season, her third of the game. That's fouled off there by Stuck. Stuck getting the first game off. She did come into pinch run late in the game. She's getting the start in left field as Koziolik will get the second game off. That ball's popped up.
Might be a play.
That's off the glove of Stonev. And that gives Kostic another opportunity here. Maybe make Stonev pay for that one.
Yeah, Stonev ran right back up to the fence thinking he was going to be close, but came back about 4 or 5 feet away from the fence and just pulled right over her head.
The count goes to 0-2 here. Glendinning. Another fouled off there from Kostic just out in front.
These Hawk hitters finding themselves behind in the count quite frequently here.
Yeah, Glendinning doing a good job getting ahead of these Hawks hitters. We'll see if the Hawks can make a few adjustments here.
Ooh,
that's fouled off.
Wonder where she got that one.
It ran off the leg and then up on the helmet of Kate Stuck.
She has a smile, seems no worse for wear.
Seems to be all right here. Fouling off a couple tough pitches, count goes to 0-2. See if Glendinning decides to go with this curveball. That's hit there. Seifert to the flip over to second baseman McGee, and McGee with the putout. And that will end the bottom of the second. Hawks go 1-2-3 in the inning with a couple strikeouts. Glendinning so far doing a good job against these Hawks hitters.
Yeah, stuck there, just a little dribbler off the end of the bat. Fairly routine play there for the Lords.
As the score is 2-1 for the Lords. All runs coming in the first inning for both teams, as the Lords will have their 2-3-4 hitters to begin the third inning against Miranda Pearson.
Pearson facing the meat of this Lords lineup here in this inning. It's important to get quick outs and get that offense back on the field.
This will be Caitlin Hickey.
Next at bat is Caitlin Hickey.
She singled in her first at bat in the first inning.
Yeah, so far on the day, she's had 2 bunt singles. Let's see if that's something she'll break out here.
Bonnie Gillingham not playing too shallow. No bunt shown, swing and a miss there from Hickey.
Yeah, both times here, Hickey's been bunting up the first baseline for a hit. So you see the first baseman, Pasma there, start to creep in a little bit. She might have seen something before.
She'll take a Few small steps back with 2 strikes here. Count 0-2.
See if Pearson attacks the strike zone.
Little set pitch down there in the dirt to Hickey.
Not always a bad thing, an 0-2 count, put one in the dirt, change the batter's eye line.
Counts 2-2, staying low. Ball's popped up. Pasma comes in, makes a dive in play for the first out. Good play there by Haley Pasma, first-year player.
Great play to lay out there. Would have dropped foul anyways, but that's a big out for these Humber Hawks.
Don't allow Caitlin Tavares to get up with the big hitters of the Lords coming up. Strong play there from Pasma. There's one away here from Miranda Pearson. That ball's popped up. Looks like it's going to be drifting into foul territory. Off that Hawks 10th there.
Keller getting a hold of that one, but it went way foul.
Keller grounded back to Donaldson in her first at-bat. The DH here in game 2. She watches that one go by for strike 2.
Pearson has found herself ahead 0-2 on both of these hitters in this inning.
Staying ahead is key. That one's popped up. Miranda drops it, and that's got to be called off by one of the infielders. That's got to be their ball. It's a tough play for Miranda Pearson. You really want those middle infielders to come in and make the grab.
Much, much easier to run into a ball in that scenario than run back. Pearson running towards first base and unable to get her feet under.
That's strike 1. Good bounce back from Pearson, staying ahead of these Lords hitters so far. This is Sarah Seifrid. She singled in her first appearance back in the first.
Always a threat at the plate. She leads the Durham Lords in RBI and extra base hits with 8.
It's fouled off there. She also leads the team with an average in averages. 463 on the season for Seifrid. Be 1-2 now to Seifrid with one away. Pearson looking for something on the ground here at one of the infielders. Big strikeout to Seifrid, 2 away.
That's a big at-bat there with one of the Lord's best hitters, Pearson, able to shut her down. Strikeout swinging.
This will bring up the pitcher, Glendinning. She singled home Pereira back in the first.
Glendinning pitching well so far, but she's also carrying an average of 406 coming into this series. So definitely capable at the plate as well.
That's down and away. Ball 1. Miranda Pearson trying to keep McKellar at first base. Count moves 2-1. 2 away here in the top of the third. Lords lead 2-1. A ball just up.
McKellar without a stolen base this year, so not too much of a threat standing on first.
Big swing there from Glendinning, way behind on that Miranda Pearson fastball. Count goes to 3-2, so you will see McKellar on the move here. Here comes the 3-2 offering. Just down, but it'll be ball 4. McKellar not awarded with the stolen base. It was ball 4. She moves up anyway. And I'll bring up a McGee.
This is a big at-bat here. Hummer needs to get out of the inning.
That ball's fouled off behind Camilleri. So there's 2 out here. Ball's up and away. Pearson trying to get out of this inning without any runs allowed here. Hawks already down by 1. That ball is driven to right field. Franchetto going back. She'll make the grab, which ends the threat for the Lords as we head to the bottom of the 3rd. The Hawks trying to get at least 1 run back here.
Yeah, nice play by Franchetto there to drift into center field and make that play on a well-struck ball.
As it is 2-1 for the Lords. As we head to the bottom of the 3rd, it'll be 9-1-2 for the Hawks with Franchetto, Vassos, and Davidson due up in the 3rd inning.
Both teams bending but not breaking here, allowing hits, allowing base runners, but still just 3 runs on the board.
As Glendinning will walk out to the mound to begin her warm-up pitches. She's pitched very well so far. Hasn't given up a hit yet so far. The run came around on the air by Pereira. She has 3 strikeouts on the day to go along with that as well.
And more of the same here. The Hawks just having a cold offensive day, not much going. They're going to need a spark, whether it's an error or a lucky bounce, something to break this game open.
As we begin here at the bottom of the 3rd, Sarah Franchetto will lead things off for the Hawks. She homered in game 1 of yesterday's game against the Saints, her first career home run. That ball's hit the shallow right. Center fielder Julia Mantler under that one. She'll make the grab for the first out.
Yeah, not hitting a bad spot out towards that right center gap, but a nice play by Mantler to break on it and make a play.
This will bring up Alexa Vassos, who got hit by a pitch in her first at-bat. She eventually came around to score the first run of the game for the Hawks. Ball's up and away for ball 1. Ball's in there on the outside corner.
And with Vasso's speed, she's one Humber would love to have on base in this situation.
See if she can get on here with one away. Aaliyah Davidson standing on deck. That ball's popped up to the right side. And that's going to drop in foul territory.
New life here for Vassos.
That was Kaylee Coles, the right fielder, coming in on that ball. And Matt and McGee both coming in to get that ball. The ball drops in. Like you said, another life here for Vassos. Down 1-2. Glendinning trying to get Vassos here swinging. There it is, strike 3. Another strikeout, Glendinning's 4th of the game.
Yeah, she's continuing to roll. These Hawks have not been able to muster much against Glendinning so far.
This will be Aaliyah Davidson. She grounded out to the 3rd baseman, Mancini. This one's popped up to second base. It's Madison McGee. She'll make the grab. And the Hawks go down in order 1-2-3 as we head to the top of the 4th. Miranda Pearson will be back out on the mound.
Yeah, not the first 1-2-3 inning of the weekend for the Hawks. They just seem unable to really get some momentum going.
We'll see if they can get back in the dugout quickly. Get those bats back going in the bottom of the 4th as we head to the top of the 4th. The Durham Lords will have 7, 8, 9 coming up, beginning with Kaylee Coles.
Pearson and the defense doing a nice job of keeping their team in it, but one run won't win you many ball games.
Next at bat is Callie Coles.
Callie Coles, she flew out, took a stuck in her first at bat.
Coles has some extra base power.
It's in there for strike one. Mentioned in the opener, Durham Lords lead the league in triples. A lot of extra base hits for this team. They have almost just as many triples as they have doubles.
Which also shows some aggressiveness on the base path, not afraid to take off and grab a base when they can.
Called just low. Down and away, Miranda laughing that one off, thought it was in the strike zone. Ball moves to 1 and 2. Ball's popped up, it's gonna go out of play.
Durham hitters really battling Pearson here, making her throw plenty of balls, many foul balls, many taken pitches.
Ball's bounced up, it's gonna go into foul territory as Gillingham will pick it up. But like you mentioned, aggressiveness early on in counts from the Lords, fouling off some pitches, staying alive, getting into deep counts for Miranda. Not ideal, especially for Pearson.
Humber really having to battle for their outs here.
Here comes the 1-2 offering. It's on the ground. Murphy off her glove as Coles will reach. Would have been a tough play anyways if Murphy came up with that one as Coles leads off with a lead-off single.
Yeah, Murphy had a long way to go there. Quite the run to get to that ball. Just out of the reach, off the tip of the glove.
Yeah, it would have been a tough play for sure, even if she came up with that one cleanly, as this will be Morrison. Shows bunt here. Bunts it right back to Pasma, who will flip to Murphy. Get the sure out first. As I'll bring up the 9-hitter Mancini.
Next at bat is Nicole.
You gotta wonder if the Durham Lords have seen something in the scouting report. All 3 bunts on the day have gone up the first baseline.
Mancini fouls that off the mask of Camilleri.
Camilleri shakes that one
yep.
off.
Seems to be all right. Home plate umpire, we give her a few seconds more. Mancini, the 9-hitter, flew out to Franchetto in the second inning. That ball's just down. For Miranda, you mentioned it's important for her to get ahead in these counts. That one's popped up. Pasma calling for it. She'll make the grab for the second out. But how important do you think it is for Pearson to really continuing to stay ahead of these Lords hitters, especially that top lineup?
Oh, it's huge. You're going to have to trust your defense here. Make them put it into play. And just don't give any free bases. No walks, no hit by pitch. Make these Lords hitters earn it.
Don't want to give them anything free. This is Julia Mantler, center fielder. Didn't get a first. This is her first at bat. She came in the second inning for Alexis Pereira, who began the game in center. That one's fouled off by Mantler. Count goes to 2-2.
Yeah, Mantler coming in today with a .353 average, so she's definitely a threat up there. With a runner in scoring position, she has a chance for an RBI.
Ball's away. Mantler in her first season from Drayton, Ontario. Swing and a miss, dropped by Camilleri. Throw to Pasma in time to get Mantley. And a good bounce back there from Miranda Pearson, who gave up the leadoff single, but then got 3 straight outs to get herself out of the inning.
And that's exactly what they needed the past couple days. When it rains, it pours. They would give up runs in bunches. But the Hawks doing a nice job here, getting themselves in a little bit of trouble. Were able to get quick 3 outs and get out of the inning.
As we head to the bottom of the 4th, the Hawks lead, or the Hawks are down 2-1 here, as Glendinning will be back on the mound for the Lords.
Be interesting to see at any point, or if they even can. Could these Hawks solve Glendinning on the mound?
They got that 1 run in the 1st inning, but it was on the air there by Pereira that allowed that run to come around to score. We'll see if the Hawks can get something going here. They got Murphy, 3-hitter, leading off for the Hawks.
Yeah, the heart of the lineup coming up here. Looking for a big inning from their studs.
Murphy, Gregoris, and Camilleri. Murphy trying to get on here to start the inning. And there for strike 1. That ball's popped up.
Play here for Mancini.
Mancini makes the grab. Easy pop up, 1 out.
Not the start to the inning the Hawks wanted, as they're desperate for base runners here.
As this will bring up Elisa Gregoris, designated player. That ball just down.
And as a leader in this lineup, it's important for Gregoris to do something here, find a single, maybe an extra base hit, just get a spark going in that dugout.
That Hawks bench is getting fired up right now, hoping Gregoris can get on here to begin bottom of the 4th with 1 away. And there, strike 1. Glendinning hasn't really fallen behind hitters so far today. Falling behind 2-0, battling back now. Counts 2-1. Right on the outside corner. Glendinning battling back. Counts 2-2. Ball is foul ball just on the left side of play to the right of Mancini. That ball's hit through the left side as Gregoris with the 1-out single, and that'll bring up Camilleri.
And that's exactly what Gregoris needed to do. Light a fire under this Hawks team.
That was a good piece of hitting from Gregoris, taking that pitch on the outside part of the plate, not trying to do too much, just hitting it through the shortstop and third baseman for the 1-out single. Now it's TC Camilleri. She struck out swinging in her first at-bat back in the 1st. Big swing there. Saw her on Thursday night against Mohawk. She hit a towering home run to deep center field. Let's try to do the same here. See if she can get the Hawks the lead. Wouldn't that be nice?
That might just be what it takes.
She watches ball 1 there. The count is now 1 ball, 1 strike. Good cut there from Camilleri. Got the first game off. Just catching here in game 2. Big swing from Camilleri. She strikes out for the 2nd time today. And that'll be the 5th strikeout for Glendinning.
Now batting, Bonnie Gillingham.
I'll bring up Bonnie Gillingham.
Hawks having a difficult time hitting with runners on base.
Ball's popped up. This could be trouble. as the left fielder, Caitlin Hickey, makes the grab to end the inning. As the Hawks get a one-out single from Gregoris, but a strikeout from Camilleri and a pop-up to left field from Gillingham gets the Lords out of the inning.
Scoring opportunities few and far between for the Humber Hawks so far today. They need to be sure to capitalize on every opportunity.
We'll see if Pearson can have another 1-2-3 inning. Get the Lords shut out here as we are through 4 innings. The Durham Lords lead 2-1 here at Connorville Park.
Pearson and Hickey is the matchup here for the first at-bat in the 5th inning.
Caitlin Hickey 1 for 2 on the night so far. Singled back in the 1st. Big swing there from Hickey. That's popped up. Back at first base. Murphy will be under that one. She'll make the grab for the first out.
Nice to hear that communication there from Murphy calling off the first baseman, Pasma, and making a nice play on the ball.
As this will be McKellar hitting 3rd for the Lords. That one's popped up behind Camilleri.
McKellar, the 3rd baseman, had an RBI ground out in game 1.
That ball's in the dirt. Count moves to 1-1 here. What have you liked out of Miranda Pearson so far after she's come into the game?
She's done a nice job of just settling the group down. She's varying her pitches well. Obviously, she's a hard thrower, but working well with those off-speed pitches to keep these Durham hitters off guard.
That ball's hit to left field. This one has a chance. It's off the wall, and it's going to go under the fence. Kate Stuck out there and left as McKellar with a 1-out double to begin here in the top of the 5th. But you mentioned about Miranda Pearson, how dominant she's been so far in this game, hasn't given up a run yet. Her first big hit she's allowed here, and that was to McKellar.
Yeah, I guess we spoke too soon as McKellar drove that one out to left field.
Wasn't very good timing there.
No kidding. Didn't even finish my sentence before that one was blasted out to the left field wall.
McKellar putting some good piece to it. Looks like we're going to have pinch runner here.
Talana Stanov coming in on second base.
Stanov is the catcher for the game, coming in to pinch run. This will be Sarah Seifert. She struck out in her last at-bat, also had a single in 1st.
Hit here by Seifert could extend the lead for Durham.
It's in the dirt.
Nice work by Camilleri there to find that ball on her feet. Not always an easy play, looking down, looking for that ball.
Sarah Seifert mentioned earlier how she's one of the more dominant hitters in this league. That one's popped up. Stuck with the grab. As Stanov not able to go anywhere at second base, as there's 2 away now.
Next at that is Andrea Patrick.
Not much reprieve for Pearson here as she gets out Seifert, but now Coming to the plate, Patrick, who came in today with a .391 average. So a very deep lineup for these Durham Lords.
There's Patrick. She takes first pitch strike. You mentioned the depth of this Lords team, and that's why they're near the top of the standings. It's that depth they have through their lineup. They can bring anybody in to pinch hit, and they feel comfortable with that player as the count goes to 1-1 here.
Like we saw earlier today, you're not scoring 11 runs with the help of 2 or 3 people. That's a team effort.
It's important for that bottom of the lineup. To have success, you really need depth from not just the top, but you need that bottom of the lineup to really contribute as well. That ball's bounced. Vasos with a nice play across her body. She makes the play at first.
Unbelievable play by Vasos there. A hard hit ball, able to scoop it up, and with ease transitioned it to the throwing hand and fires a rocket to first for the out.
Great play by Alexa Vasos as the Hawks get out of that inning without giving up any runs. As you can see the replay. The ground ball here. Vasos looked like it was going up the middle for a second. Good stretch there from Vasos. Strong throw over to Pasma.
Difficult play on in a full sprint, able to plant her feet.
Really got
fire a bullet.
Yeah, really got the team fired up. And hoping that the Hawks now can get a few runs here in the bottom of the 5th.
Maybe that's what this offense needed, a little spark from the defensive side of the ball, get this game going.
As we head to the bottom of the 5th, Hawks looking to at least tie the game down 2-1.
Next at bat, Haley Pasma.
This is Haley Pasma to lead off for the Hawks. 7-8-9 due up for Humber. Haley playing first base for the Hawks in her first year on the team. Her sister Maddie Pasma not in the lineup today with an injury that she got in yesterday's game against St. Clair. That's driven to center field. And a good play there by Mantler, who makes the grab over her shoulder.
That ball was hit a ton, but nice play by Mantler to able to stay with it and make an over-the-shoulder grab.
Yeah, it was a nice grab there from Mantler coming into the game early on. Did not start this game, but she makes a nice play on Haley Pasma, and this will bring up Kate Gustuck with one away.
And that out could prove to be huge if the bottom of the order gets on base here. The top of the lineup's coming up shortly.
Kate watches that one for ball 1. This ball's bounced to Mancini at third. Strong throw over to Seifrid for the second out.
Mancini's made a few nice plays today. Seems calm and ready over on third base.
Yeah, she's with those right-handed hitters. She's playing right on the baseline.
Something we've seen all day from the Lords. Those third basemen play right on that foul line.
Anything down that line could maybe be two hits or 2 doubles. As that one is ripped foul there from Franchetto with 2 away here in the bottom of the 5th. Fouled off from Franchetto.
Franchetto could get something and manage to get on base here. The top of the lineup's due up next.
Alexa Vasos on deck. Just outside there, looked like a changeup from Glendenning.
Glendenning been keeping these Hawks hitters on their toes all day long.
Glendenning's only given up 1 hit so far in this game. A Ball's up. That hit was a single from Gregoris. That was in the 4th inning. Count moves to 2-2 now.
With 2 outs and 2 strikes, we'll see how aggressive Franchetto is at the plate.
Big cut there as Franchetto slams the bat. Looked like a changeup from Glendinning. Catch Franchetto out in front as we head to the 6th inning. It's 2-1 Lords.
Yeah, starting to see some frustration from the Humber hitters as this weekend has not been going well for that offense.
As Miranda Pearson will come back out for the 6th inning. Looking to shut down the Lords once again.
Sounds good. They need the kind of inning they had. They need the kind of inning that they had in the 7th inning.
As we begin the top of the 6th, McGee, the second baseman.
First at bat is Madigan McGee.
Will lead it off for the Lords. Miranda Pearson back out on the mound. McGee 0 for 2 on the day. She did reach in the 1st, but that was on a fielder's choice. That ball's hit to right field. This one's drifting into foul territory and will drop in there. It's in there for strike 2.
Nice work by Pearson attacking the strike zone. Let's see if she goes back to it.
Just down there. Miranda wanting that call.
Yeah, you could tell she was looking for that strikeout there, but another chance here.
Ball's up the middle past Murphy. As Davidson will pick it up in center. It'll be a leadoff single for McGee.
And just like that, no outs and a base runner for Durham. Looking to extend this lead late in the ball game.
This will bring up Kaylee Coles.
Next at bat is Kaylee
1 for 2 here in game 2. She singled in the 4th. That ball's fouled off. Swinging early in the count.
With already 1 triple on the day, you don't want to give too much to Coles here.
Showing bunt here. Miranda Pearson will play it. Flip over to Megan Murphy covering at first. And here comes the throw to second. Not in time to get McGee as McGee slides back in. As Coles does her job, moving up McGee to second.
Very smart play by Murphy there, taking a peek over to second. Seeing this big turn there by McGee and firing over to try to get the out.
And this runner at second right now, McGee, is huge for the Hawks to keep on base. Don't really want to allow another run in.
Yeah, with just 1 out, a single could score a run here. And with the Humber offense being as cold as it has, they don't want to give up too much.
A ball way high there. Camilleri with the grab. Counts 1-0.
I've been sharing.
That ball's fouled off.
Is Jack Armstrong impartial? Yeah, that's true. Makes it very entertaining. Hello.
Counts 1-2 now.
Next out, say get that garbage out of here.
Just inside there. Looked like it might have caught the plate. Counts 2-2. This is Morrison. Now at the plate, 8-hitter
Oh, yeah.
for the Lords. She
Yeah,
pops
yeah.
this one up.
Jimmy
Megan
not here,
Murphy
this might be my only chance
calls
to
off
win.
Pasma, makes the grab. Now there's two-way.
Murphy making some plays in the top of the sixth here. She's been a rock for the defense so far today.
Nicole Mancini.
She made that error earlier, but since then she's really settled down and really forgot about that. Short memory is key.
It's not easy to do.
Two-way now. Ball's hit to center field. Davidson under that one. She'll make the grab, and that will end the top of the sixth. That was Mancini, third baseman, who put that one in play. And Davidson runs over and makes the grab, and then we'll head to the bottom of the sixth. Hawks looking to get back on the board.
Pearson allowing contact in that inning, but a good work by the defense to shut him out.
So we need 2 runs and then 3 outs.
The Hawks don't want to have to wait to the 7th inning again to get some runs on the board. The bottom of the 6th here is a big opportunity.
Yeah, they'll look to see if they can get to Glendenning here in the 6th, so they can possibly have an opportunity in the 7th to shut things out and head home with a win.
Now batting for the Humber Hawks is Alexa Vassos.
This will be at the top of the lineup coming up. So we head into the bottom of the 6th. Our camera crew doing a great job throughout both games. Dax and Casey at the sideline, first and third, doing both games today.
Sticking it out in this chilly weather.
Doing a great job. As that's ball 1. That one's popped up.
Drop it.
And it will drop in. A little miscommunication there between the center fielder and shortstop.
Now at bat, Aaliyah
Mantler and Morrison not really getting
Davidson.
on the same page, as Alexa Vassos will reach to lead off this game, or lead off the bottom of the 6th.
Yeah, you see Mantler and Morrison there locking eyes with that ball in the air. That's never a good sign. Not much communication out there for Durham.
Both looking at each other, who's going to catch it, and that ball just drops in. They'll bring up Aaliyah Davidson. She puts down the bunt. Throw to first. Just in time to get Davidson.
First
Davidson
baseman,
not liking the call.
that was McGee tending to that ball in first place. She was dancing with her feet a little bit, but umpire called. She got it on the bag before Davidson was able to cross.
Hawks not liking the call. All in all, there's one away here, with Vassos at second for Megan Murphy.
In a one-run game, let's see how important that call is.
See if Megan Murphy can try to find some grass here to possibly get the speedy Vassos around from second.
Like you said, with Vassos on base, it'd likely only take a signal to bring her around.
Murphy showing Bud pulls it back. Ball 1. Murphy doing her running start. See what she decides to do here.
Yeah, with the offense stalling, Hawks looking to manufacture some runs here with some bunts.
No bunt shown. She'll hit the ball. Throw there to Seifrid. She'll make the grab. Now there's 2 away now.
So while there is 2 outs, those are 2 productive outs as they move the runner over to third. And here comes Grigoris, the big hitter, up to the plate with the runner on third.
And it's good. You want to move those runners to scoring position. But if you can't drive them in, it's all for naught. So we'll see if Grigoris can drive in a run here. That's in there for strike 1. Looked like right on the outside part of the plate. And the Hawks desperately need this run here from Grigoris. She watches that up and away. Counts 1-1.
Yeah, it's something we've not seen much from the Hawks today, moving up runners on the base paths. So it's a nice sign here in the bottom of the 6th.
Ball's fouled off. Heard Coach Jim Nemish yell to his catcher Stanov, saying nothing good here. First base is open. One of the best hitters in this league, Gregoris at the plate.
They know exactly who they're facing at the plate here.
That ball is hit. Foul ball.
Just foul.
Just to the right of Mancini. Vassos would have been caught in no man's land.
That's a tough play. Not the first time Gregoris has hit down that third base line today.
Here comes the 1-2 pitch. That ball's hit. That's up the middle. That's going to score the tying run as Vassos comes in. That's through to center field. This could be 3.
All the way to the wall. She has a chance.
Gregoris will stop at third. We don't see that too often from the Durham Lords as that ball goes by. Julia Mantler out in center, and that allows Gregoris to head to third. She hit an RBI single, but she'll get to third on the air by Mantler.
That's a huge miscue out there in center field by Mantler. You're already giving up the RBI single. To let Gregoris get all the way around to third is a huge miscue there. Let's see if the Hawks can take advantage. This is the lucky break they could be looking for.
So you can see here, ball goes right through Mantler out in center.
And a good job by Gregoris to see that ball get through and just take off.
And Gregoris, no hesitation, never slowed down. She kept running until Dwayne Bowles told her to stop as Alexis Ferreira will come in to pinch run at third base here, number 15.
And all of a sudden, they're breaking out dance moves in the dugout. This Hawks team has life.
An opportunity to take the lead here. The game is tied. Glendinning still on the mound for the Lords. This is Tara Camilleri. Watches that one down and away. That's in there for strike 1. Glendinning 4-2 on the season. For the Lords, she has 5 complete games so far. This one's popped up. This could be trouble. Ooh, and the left fielder, Caitlin Hickey, comes in to make the grab. It almost dropped in once again.
A nice play by Hickey there. Once again, not great communication out there by the Lords. A lot of looking around. Who's going to get it? Who's going to get it? Nice play to make the basket catch and run in there at the last second.
And that ball almost dropping in, but Hickey comes in to make the grab as the Hawks get that run back and tie this game as we head to the top of the 7th.
Yeah, that's a big run there. Not only on the scoreboard, but for the morale. A lot more smiles coming out of that dugout as they take the field. Signs of life here for the Humber Hawks.
As Miranda Pearson will come back out for another inning here in the top of the 7th. As we're through 6 innings here on the Hawk Sports Network. The Durham Lords 2, Humber Hawks 2. All runs coming in the first inning except for that last Hawks run that you just saw in the bottom of the 6th.
And after that 11-3 blowout in game 1, should be a good ending here to this one here, tied up at 2 going into the final frame.
See, we might see some extra innings depending on what happens here in the 7th. But for the Durham Lords, they got to feel pretty comfortable right now. They'll have their top of the lineup coming up. As McIntyre will come in to pitch hit for Julia Mantler.
McIntyre has some pop in that bat as she has the only Durham home run on the season.
McIntyre started in game 1. Got the game off in game 2, but since we have a tie game, she's in this game right now. Trying to give Miranda Pearson a different look. As we are square 2-2 here in the top of the 7th. The rain has held up so far today. Here an overcast day at Connorvale Park. Counts 1-1 here to McIntyre. And there at the knees for strike 2.
Nice that the rain held off for Bark in the Park day here at Connorvale.
Some dogs here in the stands.
Taking in the action.
But, well, not yet because it's only tied 2-2.
That's fouled into the glove of Camilleri.
Great squeeze by Camilleri there on the foul tip.
McIntyre coming into pinch hit. She strikes out to begin the 7th. This will bring up Caitlin Hickey, who's 1 for 3 on the day. She singled back in the 1st.
Hickey found a good way to get on base here. She's been busy all day long.
This Hawks outfield right now playing her to the opposite field, thinking that she won't be able to get around on a fastball from Miranda Pearson.
Yeah.
Not many people can. Pearson's a hard thrower there.
No idea. Yeah, some weird games.
Pearson down 0-2-0 right now. Bows back for a strike right at the knees.
Sure, yeah. Sundays for the boys.
Just inside there, 3-1. Caitlin Hickey waiting for a good pitch here from Pearson, looking to drive something into the gap.
Bengals beat the Falcons.
Balls hit to left.
I think they are, yeah.
That'll be
Saints playing now.
Kate Gestuck out there. She'll make the grab for the 2nd out.
Able to camp out under that one.
Next at bat is
just down there. This is McKellar. She's been on base a couple times. She doubled back in the 5th. Pearson falling behind 2-0. It's a big pitch here. Don't want to give up a 2-out walk. That ball's hit back to Pearson. She'll throw over to Pasma.
Great play
And a
by Pearson.
Quick 1-2-3 inning for Miranda Pearson, as the Hawks will look to walk off the Lords here in the 7th.
You can't ask any more from Pearson in the defense there. Able to make quick work of the Lords offense in the top of the 7th. And here we go, bottom of 7th. Hawks have a chance to win it.
He said the Hawks an opportunity to walk off the Lords here and win this game. They lost game 1, 11-3. The game really got away from them early into the game. The Hawks an opportunity here to take one back from the Lords.
All in all, it's been a tough weekend for these Humber Hawks, dropping both games to St. Clair yesterday and losing a blowout in game 1 today. So a walk-off would be huge to boost the morale of this squad.
They definitely don't want to finish this homestand on the weekend 0-4.
Seriously, yeah. Packers shut out the Bills. Packers. Aaron Rodgers threw a garbage game too, but he still was.
As Glendinning still on the mound for the Lords, looking to at least finish 7 innings for her team.
Of course, thank you.
Been strong all day long. Let's see if she can continue it and deny the Hawks this win here in the 7th.
Now at bat for the Hawks is Bonnie Gillingham.
This is Bonnie Gillingham. Is going to begin it for the Hawks. So for 2 here in game 2. This one's driven to center field. This one has a chance. It's over
that's
Hickey's
big.
head. That's going to go down. She's running around second. She's heading for third.
Turning for 3.
Here comes the throw. It's not in time as Bonnie leads off the bottom of the 7th with a triple. And the Hawks with a huge opportunity here.
What more could the Hawks ask for? A leadoff triple in the bottom of the 7th. And just like that, 0 outs, and the winning run is on third base.
As Koziolek will come into pinch run.
Haley
And now the infield for the Lords has to come in, and the outfield is coming in as well.
So here comes Haley Pasma. She has an opportunity to be a hero.
Big hit from the third baseman, Bonnie Gillingham, over the head of Hickey out in center. And now an opportunity here. Big swing there from Pasma.
With that swing on the first pitch, you could tell she was looking to end it.
Just a single here would end this game.
That's all it would take.
Pasma pops it up. That one's going to drop in. Another life for Pasma here. She's down 0-2 though.
Looked as though Stanov might have a play at that ball, but just out of her reach there.
Jim Nemish, head coach of the Lords, electing to stay with his star pitcher, Glendinning. This is her game. Try to let her finish it. Still nobody out here. Good eye there by Pasma. Count goes to 1-2. Koziolek is on third now. She came in a pinch hit after the triple from Gillingham. That ball's popped up.
Tagging is Kastuk.
Shortstop Morrison makes the grab, so there's one away now.
Now batting for the Humber Hawks is Kate Hasta.
And I'll bring up Kate Kastic. Now she has an opportunity to try to walk off the Lords here.
2 more outs to work with here. Let's see what they can make happen.
On deck is Sarah Franchetto. K-Stuck puts out on the bunt. The throw's bobbled, and they're going to score. The Hawks score, and the Hawks will win it 3-2. The bunt put down by Kate Kastuk.
And Glendenning, who's been strong all day, unable to scoop that ball off the dirt. And that's a big win for the Humber Hawks, ending this weekend off with a W.
And the Hawks walk off the Lords. Glendenning bobbled the ball, and that allows Koziolek to come in to score. And that, like you said, that's a big win for the Hawks as they will take 1 of 2 against the Lords here today.
After falling victim to countless Durham bunts on this doubleheader, it's a bunt for the Hawks that ends up winning for them in the bottom of the 7th.
Big win for the Hawks as they win this one 3-2 with a great performance by the defense. The offense was clicking early and late, and that was all they needed with a 3-2 win. What did you think of Miranda Pearson's performance as she came in after Bree Donaldson faced the first 9?
She was a force. I mean, she really carried the torch for this team. Her energy, her exuberance really set the tone for this Humber team. After a blowout loss in Game 1, they steady the ship, and here they are, walk-off winners in Game 2.
As the Hawks players salute the fans for coming out for this doubleheader, giving them something to cheer about. Then a good 3-2 win as we head into the final stretches of this season. The Hawks will be in action against Conestoga. They'll have a doubleheader against Conestoga home and home, and then finish off the season versus Seneca. So a good win here for Durham, good win against Durham, a 3-2 victory after losing that tough first game, 11-3.
Let's see how they can carry this momentum into the latter half of the season.
As the Hawks win this one 3-2, they walk off the Lords in the 7th inning. It was really that comeback, a lot of energy through that 6th inning where they got that tying run.
The tying run was huge. You could see the bench light up. Dugout was dancing and singing. All it took was that one break to change the tide in this game.
As we finish off this game 3-2 for Adam Luche, I'm Kyle Dalton. Thanks for watching.